How's it going, guys? It is finally time for me to talk about the Will Hirsch and NaBalis Vulp. I've had these for a while. Me and Ethan first tried these at Blade Show 2022. We were actually the first reviewers to try them, I believe, because we didn't actually try them at Blade Show. Brandon came over to our hotel room the night before, and we were allowed to try the Vulp in its early stage. But the Vulp is, for those of you who don't know, a collaboration between NaBalis and Will Hirsch, who Will is, of course, one of the most prominent balisong reviewers in the space. Tons of videos, very respected opinion. He knows what he's doing, to say the least. So he combined with NaBalis to make the Vulp, and it shows that the Vulp was created by somebody who knows what they're doing. But we're going to get there. We're going to start from the top with the unboxing experience of the Vulp. It's good. It just is good. The unboxing experience comes in a pretty standard box, although the art is pretty cool on the box, but it is just same thing you get from any other Chinese manufacturer, just a little jewelry box with some stuff inside. And the good part about the unboxing experience is the included extras. This is where those Chinese manufacturers really run strong, is that the Vulp includes a full set of replacement hardware, not only just the replacement screws, some washers, but also replacement bushings that you can learn to tune on. You can just keep them just in case yours get messed up, but mostly they're for learning to tune, which I think is really cool. It's a really good idea to have this as a beginner balisong that is geared towards learning, and learning to tune is part of that. And I think that's really cool. On top of that, you get an included T8 bit. These are currently on T8 screws. They are thinking of upgrading them to T10 screws, which I would really like to see. Currently they are T8, but you do get an included bit. It's not a WeHa bit, so it's not perfect, but it is a much better bit than some of the other things. You get a small driver that comes with a T8 end and a T6 end just for some adjustments, and then you also get a pretty crappy T8 driver, which is just for the sake of something is better than nothing. So included extras in the box. This is one of the most jam-packed balisongs you can currently buy. And I love that, because as a quote-unquote beginner balisong that is meant to be a first purchase that is meant to give you everything you need to start flipping, I'm glad they include everything you would need to learn to tune and to keep your balisong in good shape. Almost dropped it. But moving from the unboxing experience, the build quality is the first thing that you're going to notice with the Vulp. It is built fairly well. At the end of the day, NaBalis is a Chinese-sourced balisong company, which means, I should say they're a Chinese balisong company on the cheaper end, which means they share a lot of similar problems to other companies and their other products in that price range. I have two Vulps, both of them have tap, and that is just something that comes with the Vulp. I've made a lot of videos, especially on the second channel, the Blade Bias channel, about the Vulp and it having tap and tolerance issues. I want to clarify, tap on a $60 balisong is not the problem. I, as a reviewer, as somebody who stays objective and people rely on my opinions to make informed purchases, even though it's not something I'm complaining about, it is something I still need to bring up. Tap is inevitable. On a Vulp or on any of the balisongs in this price range, tap is just something you're going to get, because these companies don't have time to hand tune every balisong. They don't have time to make sure everything is absolutely perfect. Tap is just what to expect on a knife like this. So when I say it has tap, it's not a complaint, it's just something I'm saying to make you aware of what you're buying. But other than that, the build quality on these is actually really good. 6061 aluminum, fairly standard. The machining feels very comfortable. Some of the cutouts in the fronts can be sharp sometimes. It is pretty hit or miss depending on your Vulp that you get in the mail. For example, my one that is polished, it used to be teal. I polished the ano off. It was pretty sharp when I first got it, yet the purple one I have was perfectly smooth right out of the box. In terms of design, this thing has amazing grip everywhere you would want it. The cutouts in the front and the jimping show that this was designed by somebody who knows what they're doing, and of course Will does know what he's doing. I've gone to Will and Brandon plenty of times with questions and ideas and gotten their opinion on things. Those guys really know what is up when it comes to designing and flipping a balisong. So when you look at the Vulp's design, it really does show that they do know what they're doing. The jimping is incredibly aggressive, which is absolutely awesome. I find it super cool and very useful. The cutouts in the front and the line down the front are super comfortable and super nice to flip with. The only thing is that I wish there was something on the side of the balisong where the jimping isn't. I feel like it's a little lacking in that side. There's just not really much to grip onto, and the ano from these Chinese manufacturers can feel pretty slippery sometimes, so I would have liked to see a little bit more interesting milling there. When it comes to the flipping of the Vulp, which is probably the most important part for this price range. A lot of cheaper balisongs have balance issues. A lot of cheaper balisongs just don't flow very well. The Vulp is not that. Although the Vulp may have some tap issues, the Vulp may not have the perfect balance for some people, it is very, very good for the price you're paying. For 60 bucks, you're getting a balisong that flips relatively close to some of the higher end balisongs. It is not perfect, but it is much better than some of the cheaper Chinese balisongs you find on Amazon, for example. It has a light handle bias, although it is mostly neutral. The weight distribution seems to be focused a little bit closer to the pivots than I would personally like. I like a stronger handle bias, and I like it to be very close to the ends of the handles, but that is just something that comes with the design of the Vulp. Still, either way, it is great. But overall, the flipping experience of the Vulp punches way above its weight class, and for a first balisong, I would highly, highly recommend it, because you're getting something that is a good flipper overall, pretty good with durability. Yeah, it might get tapped, but that's something that as a new flipper you really won't be caring much about. It's a really good price at $60, and you get all of the included extras you can ever want to learn to tune, to learn to do hardware swaps, handle swaps even I've seen a lot of people do. There's a ton of stuff you can do with the Vulp at this cheap price point. So in terms of value, the Vulp punches way above its weight class, and I really would like to see more manufacturers chiming in on that extra hardware, extra items in the packaging. Some of my favorite balisongs get bonus points, especially the Sirius V2, which I'll talk about very soon on the channel. They get bonus points for the extra amount of things they include in the box. It is a major, major plus, and NaBalis nailed that. You get basically everything you could want. So yeah, in terms of the overall value and would I recommend the Vulp? Absolutely. The answer is yes. For $60, if you have 60 bucks to spend, I would much more recommend the Vulp over something like a Squiddy B. I feel like the value and the flipping you get from the Vulp is miles better. And on top of that, the tuning is a lot better because even though the bushings aren't that great, they still won't lock up. And the Squiddies especially have a problem with locking up and staying locked up because the plastic bends. So the Vulp would be better than the Squiddies in terms of tuning and performance. So overall, I definitely recommend the Vulp. A huge thank you to NaBalis and Will and Brandon for sending this out to me, sending two out to me rather, and giving me a chance to partake in this kind of thoughts and feedback section of designing the Vulp. Will and Brandon did an amazing job with this thing. Turned out absolutely awesome. And yeah, Vulp's great. Definitely buy one, especially if it is your first balisong. And thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully I will upload on here more often. I'm going on a short vacation, but I should be back. And after that, I do plan to upload more. So yeah, thank you guys very much for watching. I will see you all very soon.